Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So where I simply simplify AWS DevOps for absolute beginners concept. So if you find this video helpful, so make sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more easy understand the AWS tutorials. So your support helps me to create a more valuable content. Also hit the bell icon so you never miss on the update. So let's learn and together. So you can also ping me in the comment section. If you are having any doubts, then I will reply back. Okay, so now today I will explain the concept like AWS CLI. AWS CLI, this is also one of the most important service you need to understand in AWS services. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so I think everyone is able to see my screen. Yes, today today I will explain what is command line interface, why we need command line interface, how to install the CLI, and practical session using the CLI. Using CLI, we can create the S3 bucket and as well as EC2 instances. Okay, so before going to this command line interface, I will explain one real-time scenario. So before AWS CLI, what are the users is doing? Okay, now, so you are the DevOps engineer here. One moment. One moment. Yeah. So you are the DevOps engineer here. Okay, so you are having the request from developers. So the developers told like create 10 VPCs. Okay, so before CLI, so you are using the UI concept. So go to the AWS management console. So he need 10 VPCs here. So click on create VPC in the UI, and you need to configure the port number, and you need to availability zones and regions and NAT gateways. You need to click on the each and every field. So for example, this VPC, this VPC, it will take 10 minutes. Okay, so he need 100 VPCs, then 100 into 10 minutes. Okay, so 1000 minutes. 1000 minutes only you are taking the, as a DevOps engineer, you are taking the time to create the VPC. Okay. And one more scenario. So the developer came as, I need 20 EC2 instances, 20 EC2 instances with this Amazon Linux AMI. So then you can go to the Amazon console and launch an EC2 instance. So that way you can, for example, you, launch an EC2 instance, you are taking the half an hour. For example, or 5 minutes. Okay, this 100 into, so he need 20 VPCs. So 20 into 5, so 100 minutes. So here the problem was, as a DevOps engineer, so your entire day is creating the resources only. Okay, so this is the problem. So AWS will came up with the one of the one of the concept like AWS CLI. Okay, what is this AWS CLI? CLI means command line interface. So through our terminal, no, command line interface in the sense our terminal, you can consider as our terminal. Using this AWS CLI, there is AWS developers create one Python API utility. Okay, Python utility. This is related to the API. API. Okay. In the command line interface, so this API means application programming interface. Why we need application programming interface? Because our UI is not automation friendly. Okay, we need we need automation friendly I mean, we don't want to we don't want to go to the UI, and every time we need to click on VPC, every time we need to click on EC2 instance. So this is the process I want. I'm This is a hectic task to me. It is taking too much of time for me. So then the AWS will came up with the API. What this API is? So for example, this is the command line interface. So okay, let me take the new window then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the user here. This is the here user. So user using the CLI command line interface. This command line interface, we are providing some commands here. So here the API. So this command is request is going to the API. So this API will take this request, will take this request, and it will create the this is our AWS account. This is our AWS account. It will create the resources on our AWS account, whichever whatever the you want to S3 bucket, then you can then this API will automatically create the S3 bucket. You need to pass the parameters. That's it. For example, if you are creating the S3 bucket, what is the first thing you need to do? So you need to provide the name, right? So the name. If you want to create the EC2 instance, you need to provide the AMI. I mean, you need to choose the AMI. I mean, whatever the OS you want, whatever the mission you want, and after that security group, after that key pair. So these are all you want to do in the manual. So we can use just one command in the command line interface. We are able to create the create the EC2 instances in the AWS account. Okay. So this is this API is developed by AWS developers. AWS developers. This using this API, we can interact with our AWS account, and we can create infrastructure. I mean, we can create the resources. We can modify the resources. We can delete the resources from using the API. So, for example, AWS S3. Okay, API slash. Okay, one moment. API slash AWS slash S3. So this is the S3 service. If you want to create the S3 service, then you can provide the bucket name here. So these are all commands I will show you. I will show you. And this is the infrastructure as a infrastructure management tool, this ALI. So only we are having only AWS CLI we are using? No. So we are having multiple infrastructure tools, IaaS, IAM, or infrastructure management tools, or infrastructure as a code. So we are using the AWS CLI. Okay, this is the commands. This is the command line interface. You need to provide the commands with your parameters, whichever the parameters in the sense, bucket name and all the things. Okay, then after that, AWS CLI, then a Terraform as well as CloudFront. So these are all the infrastructure management tools. I mean, these are all the automated the UI things. Whichever we are doing the UI creation through the EC2 instances, S3 buckets, VPCs, auto scaling, load balancer. So previously the day 0 to the day 8. So I am using the console only. So I am using the console and I created the things there. So using this Terraform, we can write a Python program, and we will use this Python program, and we will give the commands like Terraform init plan and apply. So don't go to go now Terraform and CloudFront. So I will explain in future. So I will create the Terraform 0 to hero as well as, and this CloudFront tomorrow class I will explain the CloudFront. Okay, so only understand the concept like AWS CLI. So the CLI will provide using command line interface. We can interact with our AWS account and we can create the resources. Okay. Now let me go back to one more diagram so that I will understand. You can understand clearly. So just this is our AWS account. This is our API, but you need a connection. If you want, you need a connection, right? this API is interact with your AWS account, you need a connection. But that connection purpose, one simple command is like AWS configure. Configure. It is asking access key and secret access key. So in our AWS and in our AWS account, we are having the access key as well as security access key. We will give to this access key and secret key to the AWS CLI. So then it will be interacting with the API and it will create the resources. Okay. So this is the concept I want to explain today. So let me diagram one more time. So here, this is the user here. This is the user. User is using the command line interface CLI, AWS CLI, and he sends a request. I mean, he was using the AWS CLI and he sends a request to the Python API utility. For example, here you need to pass the S3 bucket name. So then this AWS this API will consider as, so okay, you need to create the S3 bucket. So you already provided in the comment section. So then I will go to the AWS account. I will create S3 bucket instead of you. So this is the concept AWS CLI is doing. Okay, now how to install the AWS CLI in every mission. So I will show you. I will show you the things. Let me go back to the new slide here. AWS CLI installation. You can type as any, you can go to the any browser. So you can go to the AWS CLI install. Okay, so anyways, in my system it is already installed. So this AWS CLI installs and update instructions. So if, for example, if you want to install your Linux terminal, so just you need to copy this command. Okay, copy this command and go to your git go to your whatever the Linux terminal you are having, just paste it here. Just paste it here. Okay. Okay, now it was downloading the AWS CLI. Okay, so already I'm having the AWS CLI, so no issues. Okay, now it was installing the AWS CLI. It will take few seconds to create the AWS installer. So then after that, you need to take the command. Yes, you need to take the command, this one, copy the command. So you need to follow step by step here. Okay, option 2. This is the option 2. This is optional. So just copy this command and just paste in your terminal. That's it. Okay. So in my case, I am already having the AWS CLI. Let me do it for me again. Okay. AWS CLI. Just click on AWS CLI. Yes. So whenever you are successfully install your AWS CLI in your terminal, just go to this AWS CLI installation page. Just you need to paste these two commands. That's it. Install AWS CLI in the running commands. That's it. Okay, it will install. It will unzip your AWS CLI and it will install the AWS CLI in your terminal. Okay, now you got the point, right? So this is for Linux. This is for Linux installation. If you are using the Mac system, then go to the Mac system, go to the terminal, and you are having the commands like you can copy these commands and paste it in your command line interface. That's it. If you are using the Windows, so then you can go to this Windows section here. You need to copy paste these things in the Windows terminal. Now after okay, now I installed successfully and just to clear the things here. One moment, I will increase my size here. Okay, so AWS hyphen version. Now, so it is already installed in my git bash here. So the Python 3. So if you want to use the API, so you need the Python 3. So this is the Windows, this is the AMD 64. Okay. Now what I will do, like I will connect with my AWS account. I will show you what are all the S3 buckets I am having in my AWS account. So now go to your AWS account. Okay, stop this one. Okay, one moment. Yeah. So go to your go to your AWS accounts. You need to configure your access key as well as secret access key. Okay, go back to your account here. Okay. So here here we are having the security credentials. Click on the security credentials here. And one more thing. So in as a DevOps engineer, you are not using the root user, because anyone I mean, so you are not able to, I mean, any organization don't give permission the root user to the DevOps engineers. They can create the IAM users. They can create the IAM users as well as and give the permissions with you. That's it. So I am using the demo purpose. So I am using my root user. So you are not in your organization. You are not able to use the root user. So they can create the IAM user and give the permission to you. So here we can click on, so after going to our account, then go to the security credentials here, then create access key here. So I can understand. Okay, create access key. Now this is my access key and this is my secret access key. Using these two keys, I will connect with my API to my AWS account. Okay, just I am copying this AWS access key here. Just I will click I will configure AWS. I will give a simple command, AWS configure. AWS configure. Okay. It is asking the what is your access key ID. So just click one moment. So I'm pasting my access key. Then what is your secret access key? Just go back here. So just copy this one. I'm not showing my secret access key because it is security issues is there. So if someone is using my secret access key, that will be very problem for me. So I'm just pasting here. Then the default region is US East 1. Yes. The default format is JSON. Yes. Now I connected with my AWS CLI, AWS account using the CLI, just AWS configure. Now AWS S3 LS. Yes. So I ran the simple command AWS S3 LS means in the AWS, in my AWS account, what are all the S3 objects list. So these are all my S3 buckets here. So let me go back to the console. I will show you what are all the S3 buckets I am having. Just click on S3 here in the services section. General purpose buckets. What are all the buckets I am having? Just click on general. Yes. So now you can able to see, right? My Iam-bala bucket, simple static website host, Tanishka sample bucket. So these are all these. I am having these three buckets. So I just command. I am just using simple command AWS S3 LS. So I am able to what are all the buckets I am having. So go to the US, go to the UI and log into the console. So that will be very hectic task, right? So just I configured my AWS account. Then I am using this AWS simple S3 LS command. Then I am getting the what are all the list of objects I am using in the AWS account. So it will display in the console. Now you got the point, right? Okay. Now I will create the EC2 instances for you. I will create the EC2 instance using this command line interface. Okay. Now I am having my AWS DevOps engineer in my GitLab. I mean in my GitHub. So I created I mentioned which and everything which I explained here. So I'm using the next command. I'm using the here describe the images. Okay, so I'm just copying this one, copy this one, go to my git bash here, just paste here. Okay, one moment, it is not pasting. I think yes, it is pasting here, already pasted here. Okay, now here this command it will tell like AWS EC2 describe images, owners, Amazon filters, name, values. So it will provide the AMIs. Okay, it will provide the what are all the AMIs in the output as table format. Okay, so these are all AMIs. What is this AMIs? Let me go back to the UI. I will show you the AMI concept here. So S3, click on EC2 instance, EC2 instance. Just go to EC2 instance. What are all these AMI images? AMI images. EC2. Virtual private cloud. Yes. For example, if you are creating the launch instance, whenever you are getting the launch instance, so these are all the AMIs, Amazon mission images. Okay. What are the OS? So these are all the images. So now in the command line interface, it will show you the AMIs. Okay. So we are having multiple number of AMIs. This is one AMI, this is one AMI, this is one AMI, and this is one AMI, this is one AMI. So these are all, it will showing these images. So I will copy up the one of the AMI here. I'm just copying one of the AMI. Okay. So I will put it on notepad. So using this AMI, I will create the EC2 instance. Okay. File tab. Just this is the one EMI. Okay. Just I'm just putting in the notepad test. Okay. So I'm describing the images. Okay. So what are all the AMIs we are having? So it will describe all the AMIs. Okay. Okay. Now, so these are all the images. So it will provide what are all the images are there. It will provide all the images. You can use any AMI to create the EC2 instance. So I copied one AMI here. So I use this AMI. Then after that I will go to the second command. What is that command? Then I will go to the next command. So I will describe the images. What are all the images are there? So I will describe those images here. So then the next command. So I am creating the key pair here. Okay. Because whenever you want to connect with your EC2 instance, you need to create the key pair. So I told you multiple times, right? So I am creating as a simple key pair here. Just name as AWS EC2 create key pair, key name as demo. Okay, demo.pem. So just create this key pair. Okay, the key pair is created. Now go back to this particular thing here. Then I will change the permissions as well. Because if permissions you are not providing, then you are not able to connect with your EC2 instance. Just copy this one and go to the git bash, go to the terminal again. Just paste this one and change the permissions. Okay, the permissions is already changed. Now I'm creating the security group. You know, right? So whenever we are launching an EC2 instance, you need to configure the security group here. Okay, the security group here. Okay, this security group. So I am creating the security group and I'm providing the description as allow SSH traffic from anywhere. So I am creating the security group using the CLI. Go back to the CLI and go back to this. Yeah. So this is the command you need to create the secret. I mean this what the security group. Yes. Go back to this one. Okay. I'm just pasting the command. Okay. What I am doing here, AWS EC2 create security group name as demo security group here. I am giving the name as demo security group, description as LOSSH. Just I'm clicking the enter button here. Okay, this is my security group ID. Okay, I will use this security group ID in the next command. Okay, go to here. Then I am creating the port number. What are all the port number you want? Okay, just copy this one. Copy this one. Just paste here, and I need to provide the security group whichever I created here. Demo security group ID. So this is the one I need to use here. Copy one. Just I am paste this one. Okay. So authorize security group as ingress. So group ID is this one, and protocol TCP port number is 22, and you can allow anywhere. Just I'm clicking on enter button here. Okay. You can able to see, right? So this is my security group rule ID. This is my security group ID. So the port, the custom TCP is TCP. Okay. The port number is 22, and IP address you can access anywhere. Okay. So I created the security group here for my EC2 instance. Now the next command, I will see the magic here. Now go to the EC2 instance. EC2 instance. So provide your one moment. I will copy one more time. Copy this one. Go to your terminal. One moment. So clear everything. One moment. Okay. Now you need to paste the thing here. Paste. Okay. Now here I am providing the demo security group name as, and security group, and key name as demo, and instance type is T2 micro. Okay. And I need to provide AMI here. So AMI I copied in my notepad here. So I'm just copying my notepad here. Control C, or just copy in, go to your terminal and paste the AMI here. Now paste the AMI. So I am creating the EC2 instances in my AWS account. I will show you this. I will show you this EC2 instance. Okay. Click on more. Click on more here. So it will create what are all the VPC. It will take the default VPC, and it will take the IPv4 address, and what are all the security config. What are all, it will provide the private DNS and IP address. Everything it will create. Okay, for our EC2 instance. Okay. Now I will check my EC2 instances, EC2 instance is running or not. Now I will go back to this particular thing. So I will describe my EC2 instance, it is running or not. Okay, so I'm just copying this one. Go back here. I'm just pasting in the terminal. It is describing the EC2 instances. Okay, now running, I am so whichever I created the using the AMI. So let me show me that AMI. Okay, so using this AMI, I created one EC2 instance. So this is the 628 is running. Now I am going to the AWS console. I will show you the magic now. Go back here. Go to the EC2. Click on instances. What are all instances is running? Yes. Now you are able to see, right? Now the 628, whichever in the AWS console, the 628. So this is in running state. This is the running state. Okay. So now we are not using the console. We just using one simple command here. This is the EC2 run instance. We are providing the image ID. Okay, and we are providing the security group and key pair. That's the thing, and it will and the T2 instance type is T2 micro. It will create the EC2 instances for me, right? So without UI interaction. So this is the concept. Next I will do. Okay, already it is existed. Control C. Okay, now I will create one simple S3 bucket also. I will show you how to create the simple S3 bucket. So now I will show you how to create the EC2 instance, right? And that EC2 instance is in running state. I think I showed you in the UI also, right? Now I will go back to my AWS GitHub account. Then here you need to create the S3 bucket. Just provide the S3 bucket name here. Just copy this one. Okay, just go back to here. Just paste here and provide your unique bucket name here. So this is my AWS CLI bucket. AWS using CLI, AWS using CLI bucket creation. Bucket creation. So this is my bucket name. Okay, just click on make bucket. MB means make bucket. So AWS S3 is the service. Yes. So this AWS CLI bucket creation is created. Now I will go to the UI. I will show you the things. Now I will go to the UI. So click on S3 here. Look, S3 here. Go to the general purpose buckets. So the bucket is created or not. I will show you. Yes. Now this is my just now I created this using the simple command mb make bucket. I will provide my name. This API is created for me. S3 bucket, right? You got the point. So how it is working. So then I will provide AWS. Then I will AWS S3 ls, just ls command. It will show you this this one as well. So AWS using CLI bucket creation. So these are all I am having the buckets in my S3 list. Then next I will delete my EC2 instance. Okay, so whenever I am creating and after the demo class, I will deleting the EC2 instance. Otherwise, AWS will charge me. Okay. Okay, so I will terminate my AWS EC2 instance. Just copy this one. Go back to go back to the console here. Just I'm pasting here. So this is my instance ID. So one moment. So I think the copy paste is not happening. Okay, I think I will go for one more time. Yes, AWS EC2 terminate instances. Just copy this one. Just paste this one and copy this instance ID, whichever is running in my EC2 instance. Okay, one moment. Yeah, okay, I will clear the things. One moment. So the terminal is not. Yeah. Okay. Now I will paste my. Okay. Now I will go to this particular thing here and just copy this one. Copy this one. Go back to here. I'm pasting here. So this is my instance ID. So this is the command. This is the command. Okay, then I need to replace EC2 terminate. So I'm just terminating my EC2 instance. That's the thing. I'm not doing anything here. After terminating, so it is shutting down. So you are able to see, right? So this is my instance ID. Using simple command, I am terminating my EC2 instances. Okay, now I will describe the EC2 instances one more time. I think it will take some time. It was shut down, right? Okay, give me one moment. I will try one more time. Okay, it is showing it is terminated or not. Yes, now we are able to see, right? It is terminated down. Okay. So it is shutting down. So using this, I am using this EMI. So I will go back to here, again here. Again, I'm shutting down. Yes, terminated. Yeah, this is my instance ID. So I terminated here. Now you got the point, right? Okay. So these are all the using the CLI concepts. So today I will explain the how to you are using the CLI and how we are interacting with your AWS account. So this is the concept I want to explain today. And before I'm closing the today's session. So hey Bala, so we are not able to create the commands and how we are create the commands. So you don't bother about the commands because AWS CLI reference EC2. For example, if you are creating the EC2, if you want to create the AWS EC2, just go to this AWS documentation. This will provide bunch of commands. Okay, for example, if you want to create a VPC, just click on this create a VPC. So here, yeah, so this is the create a VPC. So you can use this, you can have, yeah, syntax. Yes, JSON syntax, global options, region, example. Yeah. For example, if you want to create the VPC, so we are having bunch of things here. What are all the parameters we are passing to the CLI? For example, here parameter VPC name, as he was passing the parameter as my VPC. So whenever you are using this create VPC command, so you are passing the value parameter as a my VPC, then it will create the VPC and that name as my VPC. What are all the configurations you are doing in this command? If your CIDR block, this IP range is 16, so this will provide the IP range as 16 for your VPC. So this way we can use the commands. I am also not remembering the commands. So anywhere I am just going to this AWS CLI documents. I am just using these commands. Okay, now you can got the point, right? So you can click, then if you want to S3, so AWS CLI S3 reference. That's it. So you can click on this one. So this is the MV. So make bucket here, create S3 bucket here, go back to this one. So here the sample, if you sample variance, you can see, right? So AWS S3 make bucket S3 service, provide your bucket name. That's it. So these are all. If you want to create the specific region, you can provide the region also. US East one, US West one. Okay, and it will create the bucket in this region. Now you got the point, right? Yeah. So thank you so much. This is the concept I want to explain today. So please subscribe my channel. And share it with your friends. Thank you.